we this guy's talking about barbed wire, shell holes, trenches, artillery emplacements, like all the stuff to make it real. We had Hollywood set designers come down and square away our training sites, and it was freaking awesome. Yeah. It was awesome. And then like we do what the Mooj would do, which is like set tires on fire in the middle of the streets, and you come down there, your night vision's getting all messed up from that. There's graffiti on the walls, there's speakers that are playing the call to prayer. It would be realistic, man. Yeah, and that's so good too, because when you first started saying that, I was like, oh wait, you got Hollywood set. I mean, that's kind of going, is it that deep, bro? Like, did you? Yes, then I thought about it. So when I first started playing football, I was 11 years old, Pop Warner football. And, in a regular football practice, especially back then, might be different now. But back then is, you warm up, you do some exercises, push-ups and stuff. You do like these kind of, they're called grass drills, but they're like essentially coordination drills, Yep. And then you do some technique stuff, and then you do a scrimmage pretty much every day with your pads on too. So it's essentially full contact scrimmages, right? So, but the scrimmage would have, and this is pretty standard, where you have like kind of the starting team and the secondary team, and then you have everyone else who's not on first or second string plays the defense, right? But they show the defense, that the team that we're going to play that week, what defense they play. Got it. So, and then if the player, and here's what our coaches would do, if there was a star player somewhere, like maybe the defensive end or something like that was a star player, or the safety or the linebacker was kind of the star player, especially when you're young, it stands out more. They would get like one of our really good players to play that guy. And if he did something unique, they would make that guy do that unique thing. So they'd try to make it realistic, like, and replicate it, right? So I remember thinking like, all right, I mean, we run plays, but I didn't realize how much of a difference it is from running plays against a generic defense versus running plays against a very specific defense. So, and I'm 11 years old, so it's not dawning on me, right? So I'm like, whatever, though. We'll practice or whatever. And from week to week, it would be different. You could feel the difference with who we're playing. And they'd all be the same guys on our team, right, in practice. But rewind back to that first game and the first time you play, and you see the exact same thing as we were practicing. It's different jerseys, which is weird. But even that little detail, it's kind of like, whoa, that kind of stood out. You could see the little differences. Like, oh, I've been used to this practice so much, over these weeks or whatever. The littlest difference stands out. So the more accurate you can make it, the better. So you don't get distracted by all these little differences, right? So then I thought back to your, scenario where you're hiring set designers and all that, and you're like talking about burning tires and doing all this little stuff that I'm like, who cares if there's a burning tire or not? Like, bro, you're here to do a mission. The burning tire is not going to distract you. But the thing is, it wouldn't be surprising to me, given what I already know, everything would be distraction if you haven't seen it before. The burning tire, it's kind of like, that's kind of a big distraction, actually, when you think about it, or it could be. Yeah. So how's it affecting your night vision? What are you going to do? Yeah. Like, it's a little thing, but it makes a big difference. That's so true. So true.